In this microcosmos, we are stars who are continuously striving to keep our light shine the brightest. Even if we dream alone, we are dreaming together with 7 billion stars alike. Even if we don't realize, this light within us shines brighter than you and me could ever imagine. So, the next time you look up at those night stars, tell me if you see me. I'll be waiting for you through that endless dark sky. Hey everyone, this is Nitya and welcome to the third episode of Behind the Scenes of Self-Discovery, Stuck in Microcosm. Well, today's podcast revolves around Mikrokosmos, the BTS song that introspects and ignites the feeling of being able to realize the shine we all carry within ourselves. A song that makes you happy for your existence and inspires you to reflect your shine to the world outside. By the way, did I mention that this podcast was created as a part of Podcast Lab by India Film Project in association with Anchor by Spotify? Well, now you know. Then, let's dive deeper into the soul secrets of existence and explore them in our own little ways. Self-discovery basically pushes your thinking to contemplate and contradict your own thoughts with a big question mark on the best approach for yourself, by yourself. This episode deals with this very aspect of knowing oneself. It is said that being is the most universal and the emptiest of concepts. As such, it resists every attempt at definition. Nor does this most universal and hence indefinable concept require any definition, for everyone uses it constantly and already understands what he means by it. I have often wondered that our mere existence on earth is the symbolic interpretation of living a life as a human being. Being is a very negligible term, at least in the way it has been interpreted over time periods from when man started digging deeper into the realms of existential paradigms of life, survival, death, the meaning and value associated with existing, living, and being. Being is something you feel, something which your conscious recognizes and which in turn makes you conscious of your conscience with the realization of its psychological, emotional and spiritual presence along with its physicality in human form. It is something you feel every moment, every single day in your life, with every breath you inhale and exhale. Being is a deep new understanding of understanding and reasoning itself, of the life in its simplest yet complicated form. Being is realizing that one is conscious of his or her consciousness, and we live only when we are conscious of living and not just merely existing. You exist. So does your love for yourself. Every moment when you quietly descend into your own thoughts, mirroring yourself, try capturing the whole space with your smiling face instead of a doubtful one. Feel the peace that you somehow lose in the chaotic crowd of rush and desires. It's a rare, flashy feeling mixed with so many emotions, isn't it? Picture yourself positively seeking out to conquer your existence. Remind yourself of the radiance you are, that when exposed to external world creates a supermassive, scintillating aura that captivates emotions without any barriers. I know it's a long journey, and you and me together await all the reasons for feeling in this very way. Pacifying the thirst of unending questions is a tough task after all. Trust the energy that you feel about certain people or situation around you. Trust your conscious feeling. Your body and mind can pick up on things that don't exactly make sense to you right away. There is a reason you are feeling this way. Things turn out possibly contrary to your expectation, and though you might not know what that is, you should hold faith in the process. The probable answers to all our questions, therefore, are our actions, more or less hidden inside ourselves. Your actions at times might be unpredictable, even by yourself. It's not always what we plan, what we possibly execute. Sometimes it's the intuitive cognition of the consciousness that sets the trail of the unknown unknowns. What we refer to as consciousness is that dimension which neither is physical, nor is it electrical, nor is it electromagnetic. It is a quantum leap from physical to non-physical dimension, and non-physical dimension being the lab of existence. This thought of existence as an individual human being as well as a part of whole community is very intriguing. While at some point in life we live for ourselves, but we derive the inspiration for living through fellow humans, at times it is completely opposite. The question here is, what is it that my existence matters? Why does it matter? What's the meaning behind this microcosmic existence, and how does it contribute towards coexistence universally? When no one knows about me, how does it make a difference to the world? And if someone in the crowd distinguishes me, how does it add meaning to my existence? Perhaps our dreams that are individually wrapped in our thoughts are shared perspectives in an intertwined higher dimension communication system. Otherwise, what in the world would have created the bonding to understand messages from people we never actually met? Our paths are different, but our existence is shared. Shared by dreams, shared by thought processes, shared by the fact that we are all connected through emotions, and that we, at end, serve one purpose, the purpose of humanity. The next big question is, what do I do with my existence? How do I bring comfort to myself while realizing the dreams we all share? When I think about it, I derive nothing, because I'm just thinking about an individual picture when the question is to paint the larger canvas of life. And I'm just one of the hues that make the purpose of life shine bright. We often talk to our inner selves in our heads, and quite surprisingly are so much confident about the life that somewhat exists only as a piece of thought process in psychological dimension. Flash of inputs like these, which often act as our intuition, precisely govern the basic realization of our microcosmic existence. They remind us of our differential personality that is, in a way, part of the larger macrocosm, but is thriving because it is that one streak of light that makes the whole mankind shine. Our connection to our external environment, the continuous will to make a change, and that overlapping feeling of helplessness again and again. That kind of deters our passion, makes us really hard on ourselves, ultimately leading us to question our existence. We feel lost, we feel nothing. Even when there is a rage of emotions piled up under our silent breath, even when our heartbeat races faster than anything to achieve that sense of belonging to something, we feel only but our null existence. Our realization of our existence, individually and as a whole, manifests perception, a perception that paves way for the change we've always wanted for ourselves. Bangtan Boys quote, "Sometimes you feel like the world has stopped and you have lost your way. It wasn't as if you could blame anyone, and you must have been frustrated. You're the same as you were yesterday, but the world seems to change, as if you are transported to a parallel world." Now, what I have read and felt over these years is that it's exactly in here where your microcosmic existence comes into play. At some point in time, you are going to get it. The exact circumstances don't matter. What matters is that you're going to get the call of courage to turn your darkness into light. Fear will hold your hand. Freedom of one's true identity will be cursed to death. Will you let these things prevent you from being yourself? Accepting oneself in denial and denying oneself in acceptance is what is prevalent today. Sometimes the strength within you is not a big fiery flame for all to see. It's just a tiny spark that whispers softly, "You got this. Keep going." And hence, with BTS, I learned that a precise yet significant learning of the process of self-discovery is to shine, dream, smile.